Okay, so we're live on YouTube.
Just leave your data.
Okay, we're live on YouTube. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, yes.
Yes, I can.
Can hear you.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, I said, can we start now? We're live on YouTube now.
Okay, so good afternoon, guys. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, you are. You're audible.
All right. Good afternoon, guys. My name is Folarami Ikma, and I'll be moderating
Good
today's
afternoon.
session. So the topic is. Sorry, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Hello. All right.
Yes, I can hear you.
I said my name is Folarami Ikma. Okay. I said my name is Folarami Ikma, and I'll be moderating today's session. The topic is hard work versus strategic positioning. So we have two teams. The topic is hard work versus strategic positioning, which is more important. So we have two teams. A, which will be supporting that hard work is more important, while team B will be opposing that is supporting that strategic. That's so handless. So network is that. Hello, am I still audible? Hello, sorry, can you
Yes,
hear me?
Yes.
you are.
All right.
Yes,
So I'm going to
we
be
can
reading out
hear
the rules now.
you.
So we'll be having four sessions. The opening argument first, 4 minutes for each speaker. That means each team lead. Then the for team A, yeah, 4 minutes. Then team B, 4 minutes as well. So for the rebuttal round, we'll be having 2 minutes for each speaker, and there will be cross examination. That's 5 minutes. The closing statement, 2 minutes each for each speaker. There will be questions from the audience. That will be 5 minutes also for all the questions. The questions will be dropped in the chat box, and then the closing session. That's 2 minutes. I hope you are all ready.
Yes, we are.
Can you hear me, please?
Yes.
All
Yes,
right.
yes.
So the first speaker for team
Yes,
A
you
is
are.
Solomon. The first speaker for team A is Jemima Solomon. You can have the floor, please.
All right then. Thank you very much. Can everyone hear me? Sorry, my network is
Yes,
a bit hazy. So can everyone hear me? If you can, please indicate.
Yes,
I
you
can hear
can.
you.
Yes. Hear you.
I can hear you.
All right then. All right. All right then. So distinguished guests, the moderator and my fellow debaters, it is an honor to be here today to debate on the topic hard work versus strategic positioning. Which one is more important? Um, this is a debate that has been present for generations, for a long time, and Basically, I'm just going to get right into it by defining what hard work is according to the Merriam-Webster dictionary. Hard work is defined as the constant, regular, and habitual engagement in honest, earnest, and energetic work. Hard work has for years been defined as the fundamental of success in our world of today, and it is it would be wrong for us to say that strategic positioning is going to take its place as the most important approach as the more important approach to success in this world. Why? I have about 3 points I'll be using to consolidate my argument. So the first one is, as I earlier mentioned, hard work is the fundamental of success. Hard work has for years now fostered the development of strong work ethic. Hard work has enabled us to be able to achieve our long-term goals. We have gained skills, we have gained qualities such as diligence, such as resilience. On the other hand, strategic positioning has would I say inhibited the concept of work ethically is just us trying to place ourselves in a position whereby we are able to get certain opportunities. But the issue with this is strategic positioning does not give room for us to develop ourselves. It only gives room for us to achieve our short-term goals rather than the long-term picture, and that is one of the disadvantages of short-term of strategic positioning that causes hard work to once again prove that it's the most important. The second will be hard work promotes personal development. Um, we know that over the years, when someone puts in the work, there are certain conferences that could help them to get better at their work, to get better at their job. On the other hand, strategic positioning really stifles personal growth by giving people a false sense of security and making them to feel as though, oh, as long as they have already achieved this minimal amount of success, they are fine, they are okay, which is wrong. As humans, we always strive to be better day by day. That is one thing that hard work helps us to foster. My last point would be the positive impact that hard work has on relationships and reputation. Hard work has over the years. I'm going to give an example for my point as a medical student. When I see people working hard, I am encouraged to stay and continue to study my books and study my work because I know that can get better by putting in more work, putting in more hours. There is trust that is fostered among a group of people who are all engaging in hard work. However, when in the case of strategic positioning, people might feel distrust. A group of people might seem distrust, might experience distrust among themselves because they are all seeking for selfish gains, they are all seeking to get opportunity, and this should not be so. So, in conclusion, hard work builds strong relationships, encourages personal fulfillment and satisfaction, while strategic positioning, which might seem profitable in the long run, actually becomes a hindrance to long-term development of someone's personal values. And that is where I will be concluding today. I hope I've been able to explain and to reveal how much importance hard work holds over over strategic positioning. Thank you very
Thank you very
much.
much, Jemima. We'll be having the first speaker on Team B, which is Adun Favor Adesua. You can have the floor, please.
Oh, good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me properly?
We can hear you.
Yes. I'm honored to be here and to speak on this topic. I'll just go straight to the point. Over the years, as children who were growing up, we were taught by our mummies and daddies, aunties and uncles, even our teachers, about the importance of hard work, right? But as we grew older, we realized that there's something called working smart, right? So for me, I'll just define hard work as working hard and strategic positioning as working smart, right? Because over time we've seen how people exert a lot of energy and a lot of strength into doing some specific tasks.
Sorry, am I the only one that can't hear?
You're not the only one. I also can't hear her.
No, you're not. I also cannot hear her. I also cannot hear her.
I think she's having network issues.
Oh,
Should I go first instead?
yeah. If you can, you should.
So, good everyone. My name is Favor John, and I'm very grateful for this opportunity. Right. So, just to get into it, everyone has said this has been a debate that has been for centuries, that's been for ages, working hard and strategic positioning. Placing yourself in the right place at the right time with the right skills and with the right people is how I like to define strategic positioning. Now, I agree with Jemima when she said hard work is the foundation. In fact, I would like us to see hard work as a constant. I would like us to see hard work as a given. Hard work has to be there for success, right? Agreed. But there is something more that would help to maximize that success. I would like to correct Jemima when she said, with strategic positioning, you feel the need to um, not aim for more. No, with hard work, you feel the need to not aim for more because you celebrate your little wins, not knowing that there are better ways, there are smarter ways. Let me put it like that. There are smarter ways to get to where you are going. And then in the long run, you are still on that race without burning out, right? Just as Favor was saying before the network interrupted, she said, all our lives, we've seen people work hard. I don't know about you, but I grew up in an environment where everybody was working hard. And then at the end, nothing to show for it. Why? Because they lacked an essential concept, which was strategic positioning. Now, this is why strategic positioning is more important than hard work. While hard work is undoubtedly valuable, it is limited in strategic positioning. In fact, I like to say hard work without strategic positioning is inefficient. Why? Number one is strategic positioning helps you to see that with the right connections, you can open doors that hard work alone can't. Right? I might be a skilled carpenter or a woodworker, and yet my work of art will not be presented to people that can actually change my life in an instant. Yet I'm working hard. Yet I am working hard. That's strategic positioning. It is having a roadmap. It gives you a vision of how you want to, achieve your successes. I like to see hard work as an engine, as the engine, and strategic positioning as the steering wheel. That is my second point. Strategic positioning helps to direct all that hard work. So you are not just working hard haphazardly. You are not just doing anything just for you to say you are working hard. But with strategic positioning, you are directing that hard work to the points of your life that really matter, right? And the third thing is, in addition to what I just said, is that some opportunities aren't worth the effort. So you see people working hard, you know, tackling every opportunity they see head on, saying that okay, they are consistent, they have consistency because they tend to take upon every opportunity they see. But I would like to drop a note, and I appreciate if you could write it down. It says consistency without clarity is just noise. I'll take that again. Consistency without clarity is just noise. So strategic positioning helps you to identify your battlefield. It helps you to know that this is what I'm tackling, this is what I'm tackling, and then channel all that hard work into those ones that you've identified. So with this short argument, I hope I've been able to broaden your perspective about why strategic positioning is more important than hard work. Thank you. I'm done. Can you hear me?
Sorry. Yes, I can hear you. I'm very sorry. I didn't know. Like, a lot has been said on both sides. I do not even know which team to choose. I have not been convinced. Okay, then let me say, like, I wasn't confused. I am convinced on both sides. But then let's hear from the second speaker on team A, which is Oluwadamin Lade Dari. Please, let's. She's not online. Surrender. Okay, I think as we await the second speaker on team A, let team B just talk. Adam, please, can we have you back?
Okay, yeah. So I'm sorry
It's
for the
one.
breaking network. Please just signify when you can't hear me by reason of your hand, so I know that you're no longer with me, right? Thank you. So as I was saying, over the years, we've seen that we've been taught that hard work is important. It's important for us to work hard and all. But then the dividend of it, because at the end of the day, what a man wants or what anybody wants is for you to see the end result of it, that is to become successful, right? So what does hard work do that strategic positioning does better? Hard work drains you in the sense that you exert a lot of time into doing a particular task, right? So the problem with exerting a lot of time into doing a particular task is that at the end of the day, something happens, and that thing that happens is called diminishing returns, where as you continue doing the work over time, you do not get as much improvement in the work. Instead, your output or your value begins to decline drastically because of the amount of effort and amount of time that you've exerted into it. And that problem with hard work is the fact that you have to put in a lot of effort, right? Putting in a lot of effort causes a kind of fatigue and burnout. At the end of the day, we are all human beings, and there's only so much you can do. So there are more tactical ways in which you can actually approach challenges, approach situation, approach work, instead of trying so much to work hard. Because here in Nigeria, like, let's even use our setting as an example. Here in Nigeria, the more working hard does not essentially mean that you're going to make it, you're going to be successful. Of course, a lot of people work hard for people and then they are not getting the dividend. So let's talk about strategic positioning. Strategic positioning gives you leverage and efficiency, right? So strategic positions you in the right place, and then when you're in the right place and you're exerting your efforts in the right, like, you're exacting your efforts in the right places, you're able to get more dividend. It's just like a man that wants to plant a seed, right? You're not just going to plant your seed on any soil. So planting your seed on a soil that is fertile gives you leverage than somebody that is just planting seeds and watching, hoping that it would yield results, it will yield dividend. Let's take the example of someone who works 60 hours a week, a worker who works 60 hours in a week, and somebody who invests in stocks, bonds, real estate. Now, the one who is working for 60 hours does not have enough leverage, right? Like the one who is investing in his funds, right? Because he has been able to identify and position himself in an investment that is, that is profitable to him. So he has more advantage. So that's the first thing. Strategic positioning gives you leverage that hard work does not give you. Another thing is that strategic positioning gives you access to opportunities, right? Your network, your market position. If you have a good network, right? And then building network is not even about meeting people. She said something, I think the first speaker said something about, oh, you just want to meet people, just have right connect and you are lackadaisical, right? People wouldn't give you access to them if they do not even know how qualified you are in the first place, right? So we believe that strategic positioning gives you access to opportunity when you become more visible, and you become more visible in the market generally, and people see you and they know what you do. So it gives you better access to opportunities, right? So let's talk about even the access to opportunities. Taking an example of a top tier university student, right? Somebody who comes out first class in for example in a department, when he goes to the work sector, at the end of the day, what we see is that he's given a job where he has more, he has more money, but he doesn't have to apply a lot of effort into it, right? So another thing about strategic positioning is that it avoids burnout or waste. So hard work in the right position prevents exhaustion, and hard work in the right position, that is being strategically positioned, prevents exhaustion. So you are not suffocated, you are not stifled, you are working, and then you are getting the dividend of it. So for me, in conclusion, talking about the impact of leverage and efficiency, access to opportunities, and the ability to avoid burnout, we feel like strategic position puts you in a better place to achieve success and self-actualize. Because at the end of the day, what you want to do, you don't just want to be diligent, you don't just want to be persistent, or you don't just want to persevere, as the speaker just said. You don't just want to do all those things. You have an end. So what is the end? How can you achieve that end, which is success? How can you achieve it faster? You can achieve it faster when you strategically position yourself, plant your seeds in the right places, and water them diligently. So yeah, we believe that strategic positioning matters more than hard work.
Thank you very much. Adon Favor. I think we now have Olua Demilade back. Please, can we have you on ground?
Good
Can you
afternoon,
hear me,
everyone.
please?
Can everyone hear me? Can everyone hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
Okay. Good
You can hear
afternoon,
me.
my
Olua
co-debaters.
Demilade, please.
Yeah, I'm
Let's.
starting. Good afternoon, my co-debaters, the moderator, and distinguished ladies and gentlemen. My name is Oluwademilade Nidare, and I firmly support the motion which states that hard work is more important than strategic positioning. My first speaker has already laid a solid foundation, so I'll be reinforcing our stance with three compelling arguments. Firstly, strategic positioning without hard work is pointless in the long run. Imagine Mr. Andrew, who secures a job as executive director in a banking firm due to his father's strong affiliation with the company. His father's strategic positioning may have gotten him the job, but his constant lateness, inability to deliver results, will inevitably lead to his dismissal. This is because no company will prioritize connection over competencies, as this would lead to significant financial loss. This proves that strategic positioning without hard work is useless in the long run. Furthermore, research shows that 5% of wealthy individuals gain their wealth by inheritance. This means that a vast majority of wealthy people can attribute their wealth to hard work and dedication. A good example is David Christophuli, Queensland opposition leader, whose grandfather, an immigrant, worked for 15 hours a day in a plantation farm in order to build an agricultural enterprise. And this is the same for many business empires. They do not get success, or success doesn't land on their laps just through strategic positioning. Hard work is a force that drives strategic positioning. So without hard work, strategic positioning is of no value. Conclusively, history favors hard work over strategic positioning. When we think of Olympic successes, we think of icons like Michael Phelps and Usain Bolt. And these renowned athletes attribute their success to hours of relentless training, discipline, and perseverance. No amount of coaching, promotion, or endorsements will lead to their dominance in the sport. Hard work is not just a factor for success, it is, in fact, a driving force for success. Strategic positioning might open the door for you, but hard work is what keeps the door open for you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Oluwademilade. Okay, so I hope you guys can hear me.
Yes, we can.
Am I muted? Okay. Thank you very much, everybody. You have all spoken well. So you all have spoken well, actually. Hard work builds character and resilience. Hard work is essential for developing skills and expertise. Hard work demonstrates commitment and dedication. On the other hand, strategic positioning enables individuals to maximize their impact. Strategic positioning is essential for identifying and capitalizing on opportunities. Ultimately, the debate suggests that both hard work and strategic positioning are important, but the question remains as to which one is more crucial for achieving success. So we are going to speakers in each team 2 minutes. I think it's just one person that is going to do the rabbit round. So one of the speakers has just 2 minutes for the rabbit round. Who for team A, who is doing the rabbit round?
I will.
All right, please, Favor John, let's have you.
All right, but I'm Team B all the way, but it's fine. So, I
What did you
noted
say?
something. I am Team B actually.
Oh, okay.
So, yes, should I still go on?
Yes, please. I think the team A people are not ready because I called team A first.
So, the last speaker said something that caught my attention. She said strategic positioning might open the door for you, but hard work is what will keep the door open. So, I want to ask a question. Does that mean that hard work will not open the door for you? In fact, I am not asking. I'm telling you, hard work will not open the door for you. It is exactly what she said. Mean, so of what use is what will not open the door for you? Are you getting my point? Now, that aside, that by the way, um, I feel like a lot of times what old speakers from Team A did was to downplay the importance of connection. But it would interest you to know that in most of a lot of the successful people that we have in today's world leverage the power of connection. For example, the founder of Meta, the then Facebook, that is Mark Zuckerberg, he leveraged his connections with his fellow classmates, his students, his classmates rather, for them to be able to come together and create Facebook, which is now Meta. Another thing I noted from a Team A speaker was where she said skills gotten from hard work won't was where she said strategic positioning won't help you to build skills, that hard work will help you to build skills. But it's interesting to know that skills gotten from hard work won't reach their full potential. Like, of what use is putting in the work, attending conferences, if my success cannot reach the maximum height? Of what use is putting in 15 hours a day, putting in 18 hours a day, if I cannot have some moment of rest, like in my latter days? Would you work 15 hours a day till the end of your days? No, you would not. So, in as much, if you remember when I first started, I said hard work is a given, is a constant. But strategic positioning is more important because it will maximize the success that hard work will allow you to see. So, in simple terms, strategic positioning will open the door for you that hard work won't. So, in conclusion, I would just like to use the students, we are all students. I'm sure that in your class, 50% to 70% are in first class. Like in my class, 50% are in first class, and we are up to 170 something in my class. It means that somehow, we are looking at over 50 first class graduates plus, give or take. Now, all of them are coming into the job market. What is going to differentiate them? They were able to maintain their first class because of hard work. They were able to get first class because of hard work. But with strategic positioning, some out of that student, a few percentage, will know that first class alone won't cut it, meaning that hard work alone won't cut it. They will begin to make meaningful connections. They will begin to take on different leadership roles. They will begin to take on different volunteering activities that will help them to bulk their CV, that will help them to build their personal development self, so that at that point in time, where all of them that worked hard will be in the job market, those that applied strategic positioning will be differentiated. So, in conclusion, strategic positioning is a differentiator that sets me apart from you. We both worked hard, but what makes me different from you? I position myself strategically. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Favor John. Oluwademiladeni, please, can you speak for Team A since your colleague is not available?
Okay, good afternoon. My first speaker would have liked to do the refutal because I wasn't here for most of the call due to network issues. But I'll say he said that I said that hard work will not open the door for you. I said rather he said that I said strategic position will. But I still keep it the point of success. If the door is open and you cannot keep it open, what's that? We can name numerous organizations that started, Mr. Biggs, and they are nowhere to be found because of lacks in their workforce. They were not hardworking. If they were hardworking, that success will come. So it's not enough to open the door. It's important to keep it open. And I'm not saying that hard work will most definitely open that door. You made mention of Mark Zuckerberg, how he during social media when he made that was during the social media boom, strategic positioning, right? But you know how much work it takes for you to build an application, a social media application. Hard work is definitely more important because if you're not hardworking, the door won't stay open. If you're not hardworking, it will just remain dreams, visions in your head, and you will not actualize that vision and you will not sustain it either. So, with this point of mind, I hope I've been able to convince you that indeed hard work is most important, not just more important.
Thank you very much, Demilade. Thank you very much. I hope Demilade has been able to convince Team B that hard work is more important. Okay, moving on to the next, we'll be
Sorry,
having our
hello. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
yes,
Sorry.
yes.
Okay. I'm sorry. I had to borrow my partner's phone. So I have 2 points. My network is currently very bad, which is why I have
Oh,
to
okay.
use
I thought you
my
were done.
partner's phone. Oh no. Okay. So I have 2 points I want to speak on as regards what my um opponents have said today, what the opposition have said today.
All right.
So I believe it was Adun that mentioned it. She mentioned that hard work can lead to burnout and decreased productivity. But I would like to state very clearly that it is not hard work that leads to burnout, but excessive hard work. There should be a clear definition between the two. There is hard work and there is excessive hard work. Our argument states that hard work is going to lead to increased productivity, is going to help one to build qualities that are necessary to achieve their goals. Excessive hard work, however, goes against this and causes the person to burn out. So I'm not going to dispute that people that um perform excessive hard work actually lead to burnout. But you see, there are certain things that are put in place to help curb these excesses. There is time management, there is self-care. All of these things, someone that is hardworking would also put plans like this in place to make sure that they do not burn out in these situations. That is one. Secondly, I would like to state that strategic positioning actually relies on a very narrow set of circumstances. Um, was it favor now? Or I do not remember which opponent exactly mentioned it. But I would once again like to explain the fact that once again try to explain the fact that strategic positioning relies on a narrow set of circumstances created by hard work. Without hard work, strategic positioning only has a limited amount. For example, as a medical student, if I strategically position myself in a particular region, I can only work as a medical student. That's the only field I can function in. But with hard work, when I go for courses, I learn more and everything. I have a range of skill sets that I can use to present myself, which opens far more doors than strategic positioning ever will. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Demilade. I hope I'm audible. Sorry, signify if you can hear me, please.
I can hear you from
All
here.
right. Thank you very much. So I hope Demilade has been able to convince Team A and not Team B rather, and not confuse you that hard work is more important. And Demilade, I hope Team B was able to convince you also that strategic positioning is more important. All right, moving on to the next, which is the course examination session. Since there is no questions in the chat box from the audience. So to Team A, isn't it true that hard work alone is not a guarantee success? Can you provide an example of someone who worked extremely hard but still failed? Demilade, can you hear me, please?
No, I didn't get that.
Oh, I said, isn't it true that hard work alone is not enough to guarantee
Get the
success?
question.
Can you provide an example of someone? What do you say? Can you hear me, please? Please mute your mic, Demilade.
Hello, can you hear me? I didn't get the question.
Good.
Can you hear me?
Do
I
you
didn't
get
get the
me?
question.
So, like, can you hear me now? Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, I said, is it not true that hard work alone is not enough to guarantee success? Can you provide an example of someone who worked extremely hard but still failed? Or do you think there is nobody that works hard and cannot fail and will fail?
So I don't know if you can type down the question because, or I'm coming. I want to leave the call and join again. So give me a moment.
All right.
Have you joined? I'm not hearing. I'm only hearing the first part of the question.
Hi, I don't know. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, I was just going to suggest that let team B like Team B can receive their own questions because we don't know what's up with the
Oh, okay, no
network.
problem then. Since Team A is not available. All right. So, Team B, do you not think that strategic positioning without hard work is just a plan without execution? Can you provide an example of someone who achieved success through strategic positioning alone?
Sorry, I think I would like to just take that question. First of all, before I take the question, I'd just like to clarify something. One of the speakers in Team A said something about the fact that Mr. Biggs, Tantalizers, and the rest are no more in the market today because they were not working hard. I'm just going to say that is very, very erroneous. Mr. Biggs and Tantalizers and all other food markets or restaurants that were publicly known that are no longer in market today are no longer in market, not because they did not work hard, but because they were not strategically positioned, right? There was a time when the market was favorable to them, where the Nigerian market was favorable to them. But as time went on, subsequently, investing in Nigeria became more like you are investing, but you are not getting the dividend. Perhaps if they had been invested in maybe other countries or other places where they would get more dividend and for their work, they would have gotten they would have still been in the market today. So them not being in the market is not a function of the fact that they were not working hard enough. It's a function of the fact that the market where they positioned themselves was not like effective enough. And then I also want to correct like the perception that being strategic positioning does not require you to have skills, right? Strategic positioning does not mean that you will not have the right skill set. It only means that the fact that you have the right skill set is not it only means that the fact that you have the right skill set is not enough. You need to be in the market. You need to be at the center of attraction. So strategic positioning does not take away the fact where you need your skills, and then you need to be competent enough in your skills, right? With your skills, you need to have your skills to be strategically positioned, and you also need to be able to leverage your location and leverage your connections and your network to get what you want. So for us, we think that strategic position is a whole lot. In answering your question, strategic positioning is not just because in defining strategic positioning, there are a whole lot of things that goes into it. It's not just, oh, I want to know the right people, I want to have the right connect. No, strategic positioning is that you plan. I have this skill. What am I going to do with it? How am I going to execute it? How am I going to be in the right location? So strategic position still requires that you have your skill and then you also work hard. So in talking about an example of people who were strategically positioned, who use strategic positioning alone to achieve success, are those people that invest. There are a lot of people that invest in stock, bonds, and all of that, make other investment, that their money alone is working for them. They don't have to do like exact physical force. They don't have to apply physical energy. They don't have to keep doing and keep doing. But because they are able to work smart, they're able to invest their money in the right position. Now we even know that money works for people, right? I don't need to be working physically or exerting a lot of effort before my money works for me, right? So strategic positioning is just a whole lot. It encompasses a lot. And examples of people who strategically position themselves without having to work are common men who have knowledge of stocks, who have knowledge of bonds, who have knowledge of estate investments. These are people who position themselves strategically in the right market, and they also get the dividend of their money. So you don't need to keep working hard, but you need to keep learning how to work smart. So yeah, I hope I'm able to have answered your question. So common man, like example, just a common knowledge of finance, example of somebody who works strategically and doesn't have to work so hard and still makes a lot of money. Yes, thank you.
Wow, that really, really got to me. Team A was able to convince me, but I think I'm going to go with Team B now. But we can't really say. Maybe once Team A is back, they can be able to convince me again to go with hard work. I really don't know which one to choose. Okay, so my second question is: isn't it true that strategic positioning requires a certain level of resources and networking, which not everyone has access to? How do you ensure that strategic positioning is accessible to everyone?
No, we are here. We are here. We can hear you.
Is that Team A?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes, it
sorry,
is.
I'm still cross examining Team B.
You are still.
I'm still cross-examining Team B.
Okay, all right, all right then.
Did Team B get that question?
I I
Hello.
actually
Well, I
can
don't
you
know if
repeat the question?
Okay, sure, no problem. I said, is it not true that strategic positioning requires a certain level of resources and networking, which not everyone has access to? How do you ensure that strategic positioning is accessible to everyone?
All right. So you said strategic positioning requires you have a level of networking that is not accessible to everyone, right? That might have been true. Yes, that might have been true back in the day, like way back. But now we are in the, what do they call it? Is it the jet age or computer age? Where you don't need to you don't need to be a president daughter or the child of a governor for you to meet certain people. You can make meaningful connections in the school. Yes, you can make meaningful connections here in school here. You can make meaningful connections in church. You can make meaningful connections in the mosque. You can make meaningful connections on the road. You can make meaningful connections in a game center where you went to watch football. Do you get? A lot of times you don't even have to meet who you are making that connections with physically. You can make the connections with them virtually, and yet you guys are moving mountains together. And then you are like, how do you make sure that okay, this opportunity is accessible to everyone? I believe that, like I said when I started, a lot of people are working hard, like a whole lot, too much. And if you agree with me that most of our parents, for our parents that are not really learned, right? Most of our parents are not really learned. They only know about hard work. They are working really, really hard, but they don't have an idea of the concept of strategic positioning. So one thing that we can do is to educate the masses, let them understand that yes, hard work is a constant. I've been saying it. Hard work is a given. It is the fundamental. But you must know that there are ways for you to position yourself that you will not have to do so much work, but yet see much returns. I don't know if you get that. You will not have to do as much work, but yet you will see the return. By educating the masses, that is the way for letting them understand about strategic positioning. I guess I've answered your question.
Yes, you
Have
did.
I?
Thank you very much. Yes, yes, you did. You did. Thank you very much, Team B. Now to Team A. Can you guys hear me, please?
Yes, yes, we can hear you. We can hear you.
All right. So to Team A, how do you respond to the criticism that hard work can lead to burnout and decreased productivity? Because I think somebody in Team B mentioned such. Isn't strategic positioning necessary to avoid burnout, or do you think it's only hard work? Sorry, did you get what I said?
Sorry, yeah, I did. I did. I'm so sorry. I was about to. I don't know what's going on with my network. Can you hear me, please?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. All right. Amazing. Thank you. So once again, the funny thing is, I already mentioned this earlier. In response to that statement about hard work leading to burnout, I specifically mentioned that there is a difference between hard work and excessive hard work. You see, most people um say in arguments like this is one common point that they will bring up, that oh, hard work leads to burnout, it leads to decreased productivity, or the person gives up, or there's a lot of fatigue when the person is done. But I would like to state it very clearly that it is not hard work that leads to burnout, but excessive hard work. because because in a situation whereby someone does not know that oh, this is Okay, let me give an example now of me being a medical student. I like to give examples for situations like this. As a medical student, I'm expected to read every single day because our workload is bogus. Our our workload is bogus. The things that we have to read and study are a lot. So what do I do in that situation? Just because I want to pass my exams and everything does not mean that immediately after classes I don't give myself any time for rest. I don't give myself any time to eat or to take breaks or anything. It does not mean that I immediately go and I'll lock myself up in a reading room from morning till evening to come back, then I'll sleep for 2 hours and stand up and go for classes again. No, that may be, it might seem like hard work, but that is excessive hard work. And ultimately, it definitely will lead to burnout. But you see, there is hard work does not just come with just the pouring out of, oh, so much work, I need to do this, I need to do that. It also comes with arranging, because your skills, the skills that you're going to learn, there is diligence, there is resilience, but there's also time management skills. There are also skills that you would know that you would put in place that, okay, oh, by the time I'm done with this, I will know that when I come back from class, I will rest, I will eat, I will do this, I'll plan my time, I'll read for at least 4 hours a day. So I would diligently stick to these 4 hours that I've planned to read. But as soon as I'm done with that, I would rest, I would take breaks and all of that. That would help me to avoid burnout in the long run. And that's basically how to say it. Then also I would like to refute what my opposition said as regards the Mr. Biggs situation. So research shows that Mr. Biggs actually was strategically positioned because if I remember correctly, back then Mr. Biggs was everywhere. It was literally everywhere. Everywhere you wanted to go in the on the mainland, on the island, every single place that you wanted to go, there was definitely a Mr. Biggs. So would you say that they were not strategically positioned? Because I mean, I walk out of my house, I go down the road, boom, there's a Mr. Biggs road. I mean, there's a Mr. Biggs enterprise. Before I go down, less than 20, 35 minutes later, there's another Mr. Biggs. So you cannot say that they were not strategically positioned. I would rather like to state that there were most likely other factors that influenced their running out of business, and definitely strategic positioning was not one of them, because you cannot say they were not strategically positioned with the example I just finished giving. We can say that perhaps they were not able to properly bring in, maybe their quality of service became reduced over time, but we can definitely not say that strategic positioning was the reason for them going out of business. Thank you very much.
So my next question is that how do you respond to the argument that strategic positioning can actually reduce the amount of hard work needed to achieve success?
All right, thank you. Just to be sure, I want to be sure that we can all hear me. You can hear me, right?
Yes.
Okay, amazing. So how do I respond to such a statement? So, first of all, I'm going to say something that might sound like more of an irony, considering the fact that this is a debate between the two terms or the two approaches, which is that strategic positioning actually requires hard work to know where the positions you're going to strategically place yourself are. Before you can put yourself in a position whereby people would reach you, people would be able to recognize you, you have to know, you have to study how the market comes in, how the market is going, for you to know where you're going to place yourself. You cannot just randomly dump your produce in the middle of an ocean. You cannot just randomly dump your service on WhatsApp when maybe you are into lady care, maybe lip care or something. You will not dump your service or good or service provision or goods selling into a place whereby there are mostly men there. No, there is a sort of study that you will take. You will do research, you will do all of these things, and all these things are still embedded in hard work. So no, I would respond to such a statement. Even the strategic positioning that we try to say is much more important than hard work requires hard work itself for it to be properly placed, for it to be as effective as we wish for it to be. So no, strategic positioning does not reduce the amount of hard work, rather it itself is embedded in hard work. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Demilade. A whole lot has been said, and I think we have been able to pick one or
Sorry,
two
sorry,
points.
it's Jemima, not Demilade. It's Jemima.
Oh, sorry, I'm very, very sorry, Jemima. A whole lot has been said, and I hope we have been able to pick one or two points from what each speaker has said. But now we will be having the closing session by the speakers once they be closing their argument. And you guys have 2 minutes each. Let Sime go first, please.
Your line is breaking. We can't hear you.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yes, 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 we can.
Oh, okay. I said we will be closing the debate session now, and you guys will be closing the arguments, and you all have 2 minutes each for the closing debate, like the closing session of the debate. Please let Time go first, please.
Can everyone hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, this was a very insightful debate, and I learned so much even from the other speakers. In conclusion, I would just like to note that hard work is goal oriented. There is something called intellectual hard work, and it is putting the work in the right direction with a goal in mind. And I think a lot of people see hard work as putting too much pressure on yourself. Like my first speaker said, there is such a thing as excessive hard work. That is, you're losing sight of what you're supposed to be doing. For example, if you're supposed to be networking, you're going to put in the work in that direction. If you're supposed to be in this particular place, you're going to make efforts to enter that particular space. So hard work is not just manual labor. That's not all that there is to hard work. There's more to hard work than manual labor. And in conclusion, of course, they both work together, hard work and strategic position. You can't separate both of them. But the point is that hard work is very essential. It is very essential because, like I said before, if you were only strategically positioned, it won't take you so far. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jemima.
All right. So thank you very much. Just like my partner has said, this was a very insightful session. I can't deny that the our opposition really gave us a run for our money, but but I would also like to state that this has also helped me to learn a lot more about the concept of hard work and the concept of strategic positioning. You see, just like my partner said, we usually forget that hard work is not just placing so much energy into a certain area. Hard work involves research. Hard work involves study and all of that. One of the opposition made a statement about how farmers are fathers in the olden days who go to the farm and do all of that. The reason why they were so once again the reason why they were so stressed out at everything, and they were not seeming to excel no matter how hard they tried, was because they did not have information, which hard work now, the evolution of hard work has helped us to realize. We now have studies that show a particular thing. We have researching, we have informative seminars and all of that, that people work hard for, to achieve and attain and all of that. So in conclusion, yeah, um hard work and strategic thinking go hand in hand, no matter how many words you try to use and bring up. And I would just say that, to me, once again, since I'm arguing for hard work, yes, hard work is far more important than strategic thinking and positioning. Sorry. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Team A. We really, really appreciate. Okay, so Team B, please let's have you.
Okay. I'll just like to conclude, as everybody I've been trying to do. As my speakers in Timmy have said, hard work and strategic. However, I just want to reiterate the fact that strategic positioning is a marriage of skills. It's a marriage of skill and proper positioning, right? So you're not missing out on the skill, on the right skill set, and you're also not missing out on the proper position. And strategic positioning encompasses a whole lot of is. It's not just sitting down and just being in the right place. No, you can't just be in the right place. And people have access to themselves, or people can offer services like give you work to do if they know or they found out that you are not like you don't have the right skill set for it. So strategic positioning basically just helps you to work less and then you produce the more results, and in the long run, everybody wants profit and everybody wants gain, right? So you gain more, but you don't have to exert a lot of time and effort into doing this. And then my opponent said something about, oh, now we have information. You don't really have to work so hard. You can go for seminars, and going for seminars is embedded, and all those conferences, they are all embedded in proper positioning, like strategic positioning, where you go there, you position yourself among the right people because you know that skill alone that you have is not enough to get you your desired results, right? So yeah, strategic positioning and hard work, they go hand in hand. None of them exist without the other for success. So yeah, I feel like in our own way, we are all right in the debates, like in our arguments. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Adam Favor. Favor John, can we have you please?
Okay, so yes, let me too say that this debate has been insightful, but it actually has, right? I understood more about the concept of hard work. But I would like to just point out something. The opposition said that Mr. Biggs was strategically positioned because they were everywhere. Now, looking at that, I tend to think that the opposition reduced strategic positioning to positions with location, right? But this is the closing remark, so I will not go much into that. But I would like you to know that strategic positioning does not only deal with location. Strategic positioning is not about how or where your business is, right? It's about the vision, is a roadmap how you want to get to your goal. But yeah, strategic positioning without hard
Can
work
anyone hear me, please?
truly, truly is not efficient, and hard work without strategic positioning will not provide maximization of success. But this debate has been very, very insightful. So thank you.
All right, we have come to the end of the debate. Hard work versus strategic positioning, which is more important? Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, my esteemed debaters, as we conclude this debate on hard work versus strategic positioning, which is more important, we have been reminded by the speakers that success is a multifaceted concept that cannot be attributed to a single factor. Throughout this debate, we have heard compelling arguments from both sides. Team Hard Work has emphasized the importance of dedication, perseverance, and skill building in achieving success. They have shown us that hard work is essential for developing a strong work ethic, overcoming obstacles, and earning recognition. On the other hand, Team Strategic Positioning has highlighted the significance of identifying opportunities, building relationships, and making informed decisions to gain a competitive advantage. They have demonstrated that strategic positioning is crucial for maximizing impact, increasing efficiency, and achieving long term success. As we reflect on the arguments presented, it becomes clear that both hard work and strategic positioning are essential components of success. Hard work provides the foundation for skill building and personal growth, while strategic positioning enables individuals to capitalize on opportunities. In conclusion, rather than pitting hard work against strategic positioning, we should recognize that they are interconnected and independent. They work hand in hand with each other. By combining these two elements, individuals can unlock their full potential and achieve success. Thank you to our debaters for their thought provoking arguments and to our audience for their engagement and participation, even though there was no questions from them. All right, so let us continue to explore and discuss the complexities of success. And may we emerge from this debate with a deeper understanding of the importance of hard work and strategic positioning. As Favor John said, consistency without clarity is just noise. And what I can't remember the speaker from team A also said, without hard work, strategic positioning only has a limited impact. So to the audience, hard work or strategic positioning, a food for thought. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We really do appreciate your thoughts on the topic. Thank you very much. We have come to the end of the debate. I'm done, guys.
Have a nice day. Thank you so much for
You
this
too.
opportunity.
Thank you. You're welcome. Bye, guys.